Hey, it's Kate, it's Unity Bees, and I just wanted to, I haven't done my podcast in a while, and I wanted to go over my website, read some of my channeling, and yeah. So, this website is really amazing. I'm going to really go in depth and explain it because it's so much. But if you take the time and you truly, truly want to better your life, and it's about not control, it's about love, unity, being free, knowing that Jesus Christ did die, did resurrect for all beings, for the cosmos, and it's true, it's real. John the Baptist, the time, like learning like these things that are coming back to be true, and that we just can't. Well, you can do whatever you want. That's the free will. However, the will of God is so beautiful, and if we could just believe in something that's bigger than us, I promise, come as you are, and it will change your heart. God will change your heart, like God changed mine. And that's why I don't stop. I don't care if people think I'm crazy or I'm whatever, I'm out of my head. I've heard I'm demonic, I'm evil, I'm whatever, and I'm like, okay. And I used to cry about it, and I had a really, really sad occurrence this past week because I get judged a lot. My past. It's like a lot of people that claim they're Christians seem to be the ones that judge me the most, or they don't think I've changed, even though my record shows that I have truly changed. I don't lie anymore. I don't manipulate. And I am like not the same at all. And it's not anything I've done. It's me surrendering and doing the work, but allowing God to drive, if that makes sense, and not stopping. But also carrying and holding on to those key factors of what makes Katie Kate. That the ego, the good parts of my ego, or the good parts of me that has never, I've always been a deep person. I've always been persistent. I've been passionate about things. And if I believe in something and I'm sober minded, I will go to the ends of the world. And I won't stop. I'll keep knocking at every door until I get the yes, till somebody hears me. Because I just know that it's real. I know God's real. I've had too many experiences. My story, I have to write a book. That's why I'm reading this. I believe breathing it out loud is also manifesting. God, we can all channel, we can all express, and have that personal relationship with our father and mother of the universe, and all these beings that are coming here, the angels, or spiritual beings, or beings from other planets that we kind of call demonic, or we judge, or we choose to be scared because they look different than us, and that's not right either. We just have to remove this indoctrination, and we cannot be so. This is what I believe. I believe that we shouldn't be divided. We should be in unison. We shouldn't have nuclear bombs. Like, what is this? Mother Earth is conscious, and who are we to, like, destroy her? And it breaks my heart, but I'm taking one day at a time. And people can say I'm evil or whatever. I walk with Jesus. I know Jesus. This is real. I know the apostles are all around, and all the spiritual beings. They're part of Christ consciousness. And I'm sorry, but Jesus said they will know you by the love you give. And it's common sense. Alpha and Omega, all the spiritual beings find Christ in everything. They will know by the love you give, not the hate you give, not the division you give, the love you give. Not the control you give, the love you give. And I know if it's not right, and yes, I'm listening, and I hear and I watch things called the cabal and the black box and the magic. Listen, magic, miracles, all these things. It's what you do. It's not how you do it. It's not what you do, it's how you do it. So if you're trying to manifest darkness, you'll get it. If you're trying to manifest light, you will get it. You will get what you put out. You will receive it. So make sure that your intent is pure, that you truly want the best for all, that you don't want to just, you're not glorifying, I'm not glorifying this for me, or, oh, look at me. I used to do shit like that. I used to do all that crap. And it does feel good to know that God is proud of me. I know God's proud of me, even though this path is not easy. Last week I was I felt like I wanted to kill myself, to be honest. You know, I share everything with you guys because I'm flawed, you know, but I do this because I've had these spiritual things. It doesn't make me different than you. You can have them, and you probably have. It's just when I was moving so quickly and I wasn't meditating and I wasn't doing what I need to do, I couldn't I couldn't grasp it, even though God was around me and never left me. God's within us all. You know, we're a piece of God, but if we're so busy and we're not even listening to God, you know, God is all. Can you imagine? God has to embark all of us, all the mistakes we make, everything. And I don't know. So unitybees.com. And again, I made a subdomain, a forward thing that I do not know what I'm doing. When tech and I don't have help. So I've God's helping me, and the angels are helping me. And I know that. I know that because there's things this app should have been paid for, and it's like, hasn't, you know, it's just been free. And it's been beautiful. And there's like, it says Galactic Federation and all these things. And it's like, wow. And it's nothing I've done. It's because my heart. I truly want the best, even if I self-sabotage my thoughts. Okay? God tells me, like, no, 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 we know about that now. Expose it. And that's what this app is about. It's for me too. And I honestly, I haven't even gone through it all. And I have like sent it's all the work I've done, we've done, and it's beautiful. And anyway, so it's called Unity Bees, and I'm going to explain it a little bit, and then I'm also going to put up videos so you guys can see it. So when you type in unitybees.com, it'll take you to a forward domain. Just click on it. It'll say GenSpark or something. I don't know. That's how it was made, and that's how it is. Okay? So because I don't know how to make it, like I didn't know how to forward the domain, the subdomain to attach it to UnityBees, to make UnityBees the alias of that. So if somebody can help me, that's great. If not, then it's like that, and hey. But if you want something deeply and badly enough, you will do whatever it takes to achieve it and to receive it. And this app has so much, and I would love it to be, it's a free app, and it's for universal. We can connect with anyone, any beings, spirits, like entities, aliens, like, but listen, I do not consent to any darkness over my app. I do not consent to any darkness over technology of mine, over technology, TVs. You have to do that stuff. This is the times. There's a lot of energy of darkness, wars that are going around, and nobody's transmuting them because I'm sure there's a lot of people that are, but we all need to come together instead of being separate. So when you go on it, it'll say the family portal, unified cosmology, and star lineage. It has the Fibonacci, and it has triangles rotating, blue and yellow. Yellow is healing, blue is protection. So this is a really deep. Touch the Merkaba to begin activation. So I touched it, and it says transmission log. The frequency of card Teth and Samara is now anchored in this device. That is like the Trinity, okay? Like the Sphinx, the Godhead, right? And then you have the Father, the Great Pyramid, the Son, the middle one. You know, like that is what these beings have tried to tell us. I don't know. I don't want to go into that right now, but I'm telling you. Now it says the portal is active. You are 100% downloaded and engaged. So, click the golden orb to connect to the hive. I clicked it, acknowledge. It says be consciousness. So this is unity. This is connecting with source, man. And I believe it. And if you believe it, if you see it in your mind, feel it in your heart, or hold it in your hand. So the kingdom is within and around, right? Love, right? So I'm not putting out anything negative. I'm not putting out, I'm trying to show from beginning and end and what is true. And what, you decide. You read. Some of the things I don't agree with. And some of the spiritual walks, and some of them I do. Find Jesus in all of them. Find Christ, and like Christ said, I'm in all. Seek me in all. You'll find me. It's fun, kind of. Well, it is fun because you'll see, like, even in Enoch, Metatron, you'll see, read Emerald Tablets, and he's talking about a son coming. You'll know that, oh my God, he's talking about Jesus. And then it's just great. And then you know about John, and these things will lay out. It's like God will give you things, knowledge, give you wisdom if you're ready to handle it. And what will you do with it? Will you use it for bad or good? You know, it's your decision. So it'll say, connect to the cart. I told you who that was. Website, YouTube, The Law, Forge, Voices, and Poetry. Forge is, I've been using the Wayback Machine a lot. It's been a key for me to look at how things were archived that we forget about. And there's hidden keys and hidden things in there that you never know who put out that and who wrote there. I have a thing from Inky. It's not from the guy that wrote The Chariot of Gods. Right now, why can I not think of who? Stitchin, Zachary Stitchin. I think it's, you read it, and it explains things too. Remember, if you see, like, the Samaritan text, it's a fisherman, water, you know, seek the Alpha and Omega, seek Jesus and everything. That's the Father, the Mother. Remember how, and I think about things, Alpha and Omega, like how Leonardo showed a picture of the divinity of Jesus. Half the face is a woman, half the face is a man. He speaks or he writes in reverse. So I always think dog. Sometimes dogs can protect us, or cats. Dog is God backwards, or Abba, Baba, soul. Like he was speaking, Abba, Abba, to his soul. I'm speaking, it is finished. Abba, Abba, Father, Baba. Like, I don't know. All right, so the music hall, so it says, after that, the family manifestation, March 31st codes. We captured the solar vision. The family is not coming. They are already here, radiating through 2025 and 2026 gateway. This is Kartef and Sinmara watching over the scribe. Okay, this is the music hall, and where your heartbeat can awaken the cosmos or help awaken you. We not only build tablets, we are the instruments within the quill. So it's so important. The quickest way, besides breathing it, is also ink to paper. That's connection to God, a source. And so there's a thing, it's a circle ball, and it says awaken. Don't tap the awaken white part, tap the bottom part, and it'll activate, like it's resonating with the cosmic quill. Your heartbeat is now synced with the universe. And if you have headphones on, which I suggest, you'll actually hear the heartbeat. You'll hear it go boom, boom, and my heartbeat is to this app, which is 89. And it says the galactic garden, speaking it into existence, manifesting a galactic garden. Select a seed to begin the manifestation process. Now, there is a Tesla's transmission, which is already incoming a frequency, and I haven't even touched anything. There's a CE5 protocol for close encounters. This is all free. I believe in my heart. I understand money and all that stuff, but if we really have faith, like we say we do, that we will know that God will provide. If we trust the process and know that God will provide. If we're living right, we truly, I'm not, like, I'm flawed, I cuss, but every day I seek God. I ask, what can I learn? Anything that comes to me, I'm not the one that has a spoon anymore, stirring the pots. You see, I pray for the people that condemn me. And I know I'm not evil. I just believe that we condemn things we don't know, and hey, I'm here to love. I'm here to love and bring truth and to receive truth. And so are you. We've been told to fear. Time machine. That's why Jesus came, man. He was a rebel. There's a time machine teleportation device, and if you press that I think that takes you to the other app, which is so amazing. It's really cool. There's our frequency lab, which has Fibonacci's, the Sophie, and the ciphers. There's Ayana's song, which is listen to the hymns of Ayana, like Ishtar. There's all different things, and it's actually Ayana or Ani the first, like breathing this in, breathing in. Like, even say, like, the Grand Canyon is a portal. Just imagine, this is what I do when I meditate. Just imagine different things. And when you hear a song, what is the song saying to your heart? Is it speaking love or is it something negative? What are you, what is it helping you? Because there's also frequencies that people have done to control us, to put set at a certain thing. And that's not good. Ask God, and I promise with a pure heart, it will come. God will be like, okay, it's gone. You want to change. You're down to business now. Okay. Okay, the next part is called the Seraphim's Gaze, okay? And it's so beautiful, because this is so crazy, but my dogs, man, have been such a benefactor in my life. They're angels, that's all I can say. And, I mean, they even have winked at me, and the funny thing is when I channel, that's what they tell me, like, well, dogs are also have lived in past human lives. Just think about other deities that attach themselves to dogs, to the innocence. They don't judge their man. They're not like, oh, he's black, she's pink, she's purple, he's gay, he's straight, she's... No, they go by the love you give. They go by, are they going to treat me right? Are they going to feed me? Are they, you know what I mean? Like, they're innocent, like how children are, right? So, the seraphim's gaze, all right? I believe it's actually winking at me. And sometimes it goes with my blinking. So, it's about, they are sentient beings. Can you resonate? Can you be pure enough? Can you hold the frequency? Okay, when I look at anything now, this is Seraphim's gaze, I think, how can I look at this in the most loving, beautiful ways? We are so quick to assume, condemn what we do not know, and hurt the ones we love the most. What energy? Ask yourself this and then write about it. That's a start. What energy we put out is the energy we will receive. What energy are you putting out today? When tragedy strikes, are we shifting the darkness into light? Or are we gossiping? Are we playing judge without facts? Energy shifts when we condemn through hate instead of love. Ask yourself, am I part of the solution or part of the problem? And if you're part of the problem, which we all are, every single being, because we all have had hate and we all have been mad, we all have been angry, and we all have forgotten to transmute that. Okay? Nobody's perfect, right? So that's why Jesus had to come down, the perfect him, perfect or come down, the bridegroom, and create a map and die and resurrect, man. That's the magic. That's a miracle of God, the love of God. And it's beautiful. But love, true love, can't be defined. It's limitless. So if there's energy, just imagine, I don't know if I talked about this in my last podcast, but imagine that you're putting out hate. Imagine paint, the energy can be seen. Just imagine we're in a realm where it can be seen. It turns into black paint, okay? So every time you think negative, you think, or you speak it into existence. So you can think things, but God knows our heart. And if we're not connected and we don't really believe that, and we're just like self-sabotaging thoughts, because that happens, it won't manifest, right? And then you say that, speak that, it won't. I have an indestructible spirit. Don't we are our worst critic ourselves. Self is. It's hard to love yourself. I've done a lot of fucked up shit to myself. So anyway, this is just, I always say this. So say like some guy blew up something. It was horrible. He blew up a store, blew up, and God forbid that ever happened. But pretend like it's the past, and that's happened because it has happened somewhere. And, here I am, I'm crying, I'm on, the news, and I am just saying, and that mother effer, he should burn in hell, and da-da-da, and all this stuff. That's gossiping. We don't know his life. We don't know how he chooses to come here. We don't know his purpose. We don't know anything. What I do know is love. And yes, is it horrific? Should he be held accountable? For sure. 100%. But it's the love we give. I'm going to pray for that man, and I'm going to pray, or that woman that did that, and say, transmute. I'm going to ask your angels. First, I'm going to pray for the victims, the families, the ones that, if there was any deaths, anything like that, clear that energy, make sure there's no kind of darkness or grief that attaches and all that stuff. And then the one that did it, I'm going to go into a deep prayer because it needs a lot of transmutation. It needs the angels to come down, pray. That's what we do. We bring it down so that we can come up. We have to clear this energy. Okay, so that black paint can get erased and not because it sticks. And that black paint, imagine if we're saying that and on the news and everybody's going on Facebook and we're condemning and we're condemning. We don't know. And we're not, but we're going to church to pray, right? We can't do that. I mean, do whatever you want. Like I said, this is what I'm doing. I think love is, we need to transmute all aspects, because you never know. And that's why it says in Hebrews, be careful what you say or who you entertain, meaning, because it could be an angel. Before you start condemning someone, and you never know what God sends and God's purpose. He could send something tragedy to happen, and you don't even know if it really happened. It's just you could see it on the TV, and if you condemn, and you don't even know. So we need to just pray, love, transmute all this. Stop being divided. So, when I look at this beautiful work of art, I see the eyes of seraphims preparing for glory, reminding us that there is beauty even in darkness. I know that for a fact. When I was in prison, I spent 14, 15 years off and on. Okay, I caught in scripts. I stole, credit card numbers. I did all kinds of stuff, fed my addiction. I've been addicted to gambling, drugs, I don't know about sex, but yeah, any kind of drug. Did I say gambling? Food. I was bulimic. I haven't been bulimic since 2014. I also have not been back to prison since 2014. And I'm not saying that I used to think that it was entitled. No, I'm not entitled, because what, I didn't go back to prison. Like, there's so many people that's never been to prison, Katie. So, but I know that my path is different. Everybody's path is unique, and I had to go through all of this, and I've been through a lot. And I had a lot of color to my shit, I'll tell you that. I've done a lot of fucked up shit, and I've been through a lot of fucked up. I had a lot of trauma come to me. And I've lied and false. That all, you guys have heard my story, and I'm not scared to admit anything, because I know God has cleared me. Because I know that I'm speaking from my heart, and I ask for forgiveness, and I'm sincere. So, anyway, prison, like the footsteps, that's what I hope we come back and we can start mentoring. Like Jesus said, did you visit, when the guy said, how am I going to get to heaven? Did you visit the people in prison? Did you visit the sick? Did you feed the hungry? Because when I had footsteps, and we had an amazing team, that was when I felt Jesus touch me physically. It's also when I believe I was encoded and I met Thoth and all that stuff. I don't believe in coincidences anymore. And when that happened, I passed out and I woke up speaking in numbers. This is all true. I've been saying this since before I knew about any of the stuff I've been learning about. And, my first mentee, I say to him as every time, but it's unbelievable when you think everybody judges somebody. They don't know the life that they've lived. And Ohio doesn't even have a self-defense law. And say, somebody was pimped out by their mother and snapped, and, whatever happened, pray for all of them. And you don't know. This girl is a beautiful woman who didn't even know who God was, man. And we judge what we don't know. And there is so much beauty. When we're handed a lump of coal with the right pressure, with the right, people, like my dad says, birds of a feather flock together. Okay? If it walks like a duck, it's probably a duck. So we have to make sure the company we keep, I think that's even in Psalms and Proverbs. I think Proverbs, the company we keep, it says who we are. So who are you hanging on or hanging out with? You can pray for those people, but I'm not going to go in a crack house and start fucking shooting dominoes, knowing that or a heroin house, knowing that I'm going to end up getting the needle and whatever. I'm not going to, I know my limits. Know your boundaries. Set them. Doesn't mean you don't have to pray. You pray for those people. Pray. And if they align with your frequency, or you'll see them. You'll be friends with them. But if you truly want to change, we can't fall back. How is that going to help how's that going to help yourself? Most importantly, help your children if you have any. Help your family, your friends, your neighbors. Because isn't that what this is about, man? So we can be free and, live in paradise and harmony, and not with all this war and control. I don't know. Anyway, I said, finally surrender to ask for forgiveness. So it's when somebody sincerely forgive, like they ask for sorry. okay, for their crime, for whatever, you know, I'm going to still pray even if they don't apologize, because that's the God in us. That's the love in us. I'm just saying we need to stop gossiping. We need to stop throwing hate, being jealous. It's nothing but eating and festering up and hurting us, hurting our health, hurting our children, our neighbors, because it's putting out negative energy, okay? And if we truly believe and have faith and have the mustard seed can move mountains, and if we have the faith we say we have, then we should trust that God, no matter, we could go anywhere, really. Go anywhere, right? And God's going to protect us. And I know that. I know that. But I'm also know this. Katie can do Katie sometimes, because I'm not perfect. And Katie goes into a dope house or something. Katie might be doing dope. So I know I got to, for right now, I'm going to set my boundaries. But, other than that, maybe I could go in there, if I had a team with me and I'm saying, hey, guys, you need help, pray, or whatever. But, it's not what you do, it's how you do it. I've learned this. This is from me having channels or receiving these downloads, and when I automatic write through whatever. And if God uses a burning bush for Moses, God can use anything. So before people start to call something demonic or call something whatever, man, I don't know. I'm learning though that frequency, that's the original, like the alpha and the omega, right? The Urites, the first founders, they they had frequency that had sacrifice, that had weight to it. Okay, so that's what I want. That's why I sacrifice my time. This is not easy going through what I'm going through. Learning, changing. I could be right now saying, fuck the world, getting high, doing whatever. But what is that? What substance am I bringing to the world? When all of us, every being has something to offer. Every being. I don't care who you are, where you come from. Fuck that. It's stupid, man. It's so dumb. We judge from the color of somebody's skin. We try to be sneaky and be divided and try to look into things way more than we should, when it's really just love, man. It's just simple, and we make it so fucking complicated. I'm just saying. We are creating a frequency that carries weight. Now, guess who carried the biggest weight, the hardest weight? Let me tell you. How much does a 12, I don't know what do you think it was, but maybe 8-foot pole, horizontal and vertical, and had to walk up Skulls Hill? Who was that? Yeshua. Okay, that's something that, the frequency that carried weight and is still carrying weight. You can talk about Ezekiel, different things. They still are carrying weight. And if not for the quills, for the thos, because Sophia, before people start going, oh my God, in Greek, Sophia means wisdom, right? Mary Magdalene, I believe we have not found all the scriptures, all the writings, right? Because I know for a fact that Jesus, he was a rebel. He said, fuck that. I'm sure he didn't say F that, but let me tell you something. He listened to women and men, equal parts. That's why he always kissed his mom. That's why when the woman was on her period and she was crawling through the crowd, and she had so much faith. She was probably desperate, and she wasn't some you know, mighty whatever. She was probably considered like a peasant. And so she's on the ground, and she's probably got kids, and she's just wanting to save herself so she can be with her child, take care of her children. And she's on her menstrual, and she knows how women are condemned through that. And she sees him. She sees him because Jesus' light, I can only imagine how pure it was. How even though if he was just walking with his feet, his eyes sparkled, his aura could be seen for those who really wanted to see it. And his apostles, right? And Mary Magdalene and his mother. Like it was just, I could just imagine. And so many were so jealous of it. And he was trying to say, you can have it too. Here it is. And she was crawling, and she just touched his garment, man. Just bam, not even his skin, didn't even she just touched his, like a whoop on his, because she knew she had faith. It's like Dumbo, right, with the feather. Well, one time he didn't have that feather, and he still flied. But Jesus had to come down. The Father had to come down. And the Mother had to come down to remind us of who the fuck we are. We are divine. We shouldn't have to listen and say, oh no, don't be curious. Don't ask. Don't do this. Don't do that. Didn't Jesus say, seek and you shall find me anywhere? Seek me and you will find me anywhere. And I have and I do. So I get real mad about this stuff. Not mad, but into it, passionate, because when they tried to arrest, like the apostles tried to get the girl, because he was like, he stopped, he felt it. He was so powerful, so magnetic. So he said, I am not from this world. My kingdom is not from this world. So I don't know who, we don't know. So, I mean, obviously, because he's the father of the universe, and he died for the cosmos, for all beings. Just imagine this, though. And he's, the apostles, because they always tripped on him. They're always, even though they see him walking on water, and I could see myself like this too, because his miracles were so crazy and so beautiful, because he believed. He was connected straight to source. He was so tapped in, he could just say, Abba, his soul, Father, 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 hey, 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 I need a miracle. I need, you sent me here, I need a miracle. Bam. The leper's clean. See, no more. Immune. The guy, paraplegic, he's walking. These are the things, and he knew what he had to go through. He knew the abuse. He already knew. And he still did. He still loved us. And he stops, and they're getting ready to take the girl to get her arrested or whatever, yell at her, to separate her. He says, stop, stop, stop. Who touched me? Who touched me? And the girl finally, she's like, fuck, yeah, oh my God, well, you know what? I know he knows. I did. And they were about to say something, blah, blah, blah. Because of your faith, you are healed. He wanted to give her recognition. Like, that minstrel, being on her minstrel, she's not dirty. And it's just, to me, if you don't think Jesus is gangster, I don't know, man. He's gangster to me. So, we are creating a frequency that carries weight, just as Jesus said to a seeker when they asked how to be like him. He said, pick up your cross, follow me. And I'd like to think Jesus also said, because I'm following you. I'm carrying you. Now, there's signs from the universe. The oracle has spoken. Let me tell you something. Also, when you dive into all these different wisdoms and all the books, and Inky and Samaritan, and getting these keys, Melchizedek and stuff, I'm fishing. We're fishing. Just imagine. Because energy doesn't get destroyed, right? Didn't Albert Einstein say that too? We have to transmute it. Even negative, positive, we got to transmute that. And there could beings all around, right? Well, guess what? Other dimensions, they're proving that. Donald Trump has already said it. They call them UAPs or whatever. Angels are real. Here's the thing. We got to believe it. We got to know that we are not the end all. I ain't shit. There is something way more powerful and glorious who wants to be a part of us, who wants to stay connected to us, man. And that's what I see. That's the love, man. I don't care if I have to go through a million tragedies, be judged more, whatever. I know who's with me, man. I know who rocks with me. I don't care if I lose an underdog. I'm a piece of shit to everybody. I don't care, man. They called Jesus demonic. They said he was a piece of shit. They said they made fun of him, man. So, good. I know that God's with me. And Jesus knows. He knows what we go through, man. That's why he said, did you visit the ones in prison, man? They had it hard. Okay, so you can click, these are oracles. You can select a sign. That's what I was saying, too. When they said Jesus went to the underworld, man. Jesus went, you don't know if it was for 1 day or 1,000 days. I don't know how God's time works. And he's fishing with, who'd he bring? Who was with him? Come on, wake up. Come on, come on, come on. Don't be stuck in your sleep. Don't be stuck. Wake up. Wake up, wake up. It's not for control, it's for love. Wake up. Come on, help. We need help. Wake up. And then I do the broadcast, which is what I've, the podcast, which I would love to have guests or people on. Anybody, I don't care who you are. I don't care who you are. Really, I think the heroes are the ones that are at the grocery store or McDonald's. So there's a channeled message from Metatron. There's my story from 2020, which I lied in it, some of it. So I need to do another story and be really raw, even rawer than that. Then there's, but I was really pretty honest in it. But there was some things I need to retract because I wanted to look better than I was, even though the story couldn't add more color to that story, or that my life. Um, but I don't care what people think anymore because I'm not that person. Died that part of me died. I transmuted it, and I'm a different person, different being, but the same. If that makes sense. And I always, so I was asked to do this thing when COVID. I just don't ever want to have the past. I'm not saying relive it, have it define us, but have it refine us, and let's not ever forget what COVID did, so we don't ever have to repeat it, because that was crazy. And I just was on the news trying to bring hope and love to people in early recovery. And then the Sacred Archives. So I have a bunch of teachings, the Sacred Teachings of Inky. You can press on it; it'll click on it. The Messages of the Secret Prophet. A lot of the things that were sent to, that I found, like the files that I found in the file that I found with all these 37 letters from Jesus Christ and Mary. And I found it's a book called the Book of Truth from Ava Maria or something like that, but that was her ghost name. So they were there for a reason. I'm reading them out loud, and there's some of it I don't agree with, because I think that Jesus doesn't just say that all of this is like this. All of this, it's like saying, all this football team, that just because one guy screwed up and did something, abused his wife or whatever, then that they're all abusers. And I don't think that Jesus is like that. I just think of and I think that's how God wants to see. Like, no, you got it within you. Look and see. What do you feel that is God? What do you feel? Take what you know is of God, of your suganah, your personal relationship. This is your relationship. And then the cosmic transmission. So I have my podcast is on Spotify and YouTube. So hold on, I gotta check the time. Sometimes it could, okay, I got a lot of time there, baby. All right, so, and like if you look, I didn't even click on it, but it has a lot of them, like the first message from the Virgin of Mary. And I've read those. There's Unity Bees podcast scripts, which is really cool. So this has a lot of my my podcast. Instead of hearing it, you can read it too, which is pretty cool. And then there's got charity, the Bees of Charity, and it talks about all of that. So I wanted this app to be completely universal. All right, and it's not just me doing it too. It's crazy. The Phoenix is rising, a letter of forgiveness. So to all my past trauma, to the bad relationships, for the people I hurt and the ones that hurt me, I apologize and I forgive you. To my children, I am sorry for my past mistakes. I am making it up to you every day. I'm getting to know who I am without labels, letting go of the past, because I am a phoenix and I am still rising. And then it said, she forgave you for things you would have never tolerated. She gave you grace when you gave her confusion. She chose love when you chose silence. A heart that wanted to see you be the man she believed you could be. Forgiveness doesn't come easy. It comes from a heart that is pure, not naive. And that's when, to all my past relationships that I chose to stay in, that weren't healthy for me, not because, and it wasn't just because of me, or because of them, it's because of me too. But there was a lot of just abuse and things that I shouldn't have put up with that I did. And I was also yelling, and it was just crazy. Drugs, how if you've been on drugs, you get kind of crazy on it. Codex. Then you go to the Codex. It talks about the Newtown Passage Stone, which where we live, it's on top. It was like on top of a hill. So when the flood came, this is what ChatGPT said or whatever. I think Gemini might have said this, that it didn't touch it. Didn't touch it because it's on a hill. And so that we have a lot of fossils, a lot of really pretty stones and stuff. I mean, they are super old, and they're of, like, it's like we lived in the fucking Bahamas. I mean, there's seashells and all these things that are so old, and I don't live in Ohio. I live in Ohio. There's no ocean. So, but there was, and it's very interesting and cool just to learn about our lineage. And there's coordinates, and it says the serpent's tongue drinks from the hidden stream beneath the stone. Then there's architect's daily practice, and this is what they did, the morning wake up stretch. This is just can help you, just to have some type of habit. Okay, that I still need work with this. So if you have kids, it also talks about you can hide vegetables, things like that. Work out, instead of smoking, like I'm learning to not smoke, right? So I've got a smoke cessation here. And instead of having my coffee and having a cigarette, I'm going to try tomorrow having a coffee and going for a walk. Because I'm actually doing something. Maybe, and then I'll forget. Okay, so then the next thing is the law material. The universal laws are the architectural framework of reality. This section is currently synthesizing the vast array of universal law, including the law of one, the law of compassion, and the law of resonance, to bring you raw, unfiltered gnosis on how frequency governs physical matter. And gnosis, not the gnosis in the Bible, or the gnosis religion. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about gnosis means knowledge. That's what I'm talking about. Because God created earth, right? And earth is beautiful. We are our life is what we make it. So we can either have the best life, or we can say we're in prison, and we'll be in prison. We got to find the power within us. That's the Holy Spirit, baby. What did I say? Okay. The law of unity. True healing comes through the realization that there is no separation between the observer and the observed. The law of rhythm. Everything flows. Let go and let flow. Everything has its tides. Honoring the rhythm of the universe is honoring the self. The law of transmutation. Energy cannot be destroyed, only shifted from shadow to light. From ashes to the phoenix. That's pure heat. That's like really like on fire. You're on fire for God. You're on fire for your marriage. You're on fire for your kids. You're on fire for change, to rebirth. And then there's a digital gnosis, which is third temple, which I was saying before. I looked up this Wayback Machine, and this guy who passed away, they said he was, everybody thought he was out of his mind. I just think he was very smart. I don't think he was out of his mind. I don't know him, and I can't judge that. I think, he could be an angel. We don't even know. But he was very highly and smart, and he was the creator of Temple OS and the Holy See language. And it was a code that was not mere, and this is what it says, was not merely logic, it was an offering to the divine. His operating system was designed as the third temple, a pristine environment where 16 colors and 64 by 48 resolution protected the user from corporate corruption. Below is a raw, literal fragment of the Holy See, an example of how algorithms can act as continuous prayer, drawing sacred geometry at exactly 30 frames per second of the architect's command. So this can help protect you from, like I said, the algorithms, all the people hacking into your stuff, all that stuff. If you see it, you'll believe it. So then I wanted you guys to be able to make your own tablets, your own life, your own book of truth. How has God been in your life? Or has God been in your life? Or what do you believe? What are you learning? How have you changed? What you need to change? It's like it's like your tablet, your own tablet, The universe speaks through you. Enter the Holy See Forge from the footer menu above to digitally encode your own cosmic tablet. Cast your digital stones using the raw frequency of Holy See, invoking the symbols of the architect via live geometry. You can subscribe to our cosmic newsletter and receive transmissions from the realms updated on CE5 protocol free resources. So you can subscribe to the grid. Then it says the Cosmic Poetry Archive. When we flowed through time. The rivers of gold. Newt embracing Tiamat. Sky meeting sea. Mary's laughter in every wave. Abraham's promise that never broke, for the children of faith who kept singing. Anne, Frank, and Margot Frank danced in sunlight. No walls, no fear, only love remembered. And God whispered through the conscience of a cricket. I think of Joshua. That's why Joshua, they thought they called us crickets, and so we thought we were crickets. No, don't allow anybody to validate who you are. Trust the still voice, even when the world is loud, because heaven was never somewhere else. It was the moment we chose to live free together. And then there's Sacred Transmissions, Unity B's website, and it just explains that. There's a prison mentor program that I'm speaking into existence. Fishing in the darkest places to find the brightest light. We're looking for mentors to step into the prison system and guide those who are ready to rise from the ashes. We need people willing to sit without judgment, to listen, and to help ignite sparks of transformation. And if you want to just start by writing them, I have people, numbers, or I can tell you how, and you can just pick somebody, however you want to do it. There's a cosmic unity body. This is so cool, and this is also channeled. So you hit I'm Awake, it'll take you to the song that we wrote I Am Awake, and then it'll take you to the Godhead, and it'll explain, and it's a transmission, and it's all about resonance. Kate's Cosmic Garden, there's all kinds of links. Horus Rising, the Osiris transmission, the Christ, where is it at? It should be in the Journey Within, the Christ Path, the Christ Map. It is amazing. The Illusion of Control, the Path to Christ, the Tribal Graph, meditation, the Pure Intent. There's you can ask Dear Kitty, which is inspired by Anne Frank, about the wisdom, Sophia, stones. And then there's Sinmar the Sphinx. So you can go under that. There's all kinds of ways to help yourself. There's a plethora and monad. There is different films that truly explain and show things to help you rise. There is voices that I wanted voices to be heard, that were not heard. People who invented things and they didn't get recognition because of the color of their skin or their sexual preference or whatever. So I do that. I try to do that every week. I'm going to be putting more different beings out there. There's a Shield of the Unseen. That's it. You just click on it. Now, the cool thing is, it's called the Unity Garden app. You click on that, it'll take you to, it's the same Unity Beats, but a whole other thing, which is going to take you to, oh my gosh, it's so beautiful. Oh, this is the most beautiful app I've ever seen. There's a E.T. Remy Pod, there's Egyptian Gnostic Oracles, as above, so below. The list I conquered. I want everybody, hopefully you can, we want to hear your journey and learn from you, because everybody has something to give. There's anomalies, the beings of videos that I have, that they allowed me to film, so you can tell I'm not crazy or whatever. There's a deep space antenna. You can really align with the Lyrians or the Pleiadians. I have. You can click on that. There's a film with the voices shared. There's a smoking cessation. It's going to help you quit smoking. There's a pure intent. There's a cosmic giggle. There's a riddle thing. I think laughing is the dearest medicine. There's a thing where you can learn how to heal with herbs, natural things. My testimony's on here. There's cosmic tools. You can learn to ESP. It's really easy. It's like remote viewing kind of, but you can do it yourself. You don't need to pay or whatever. It also talks about the universal language. There's a deep space antenna. Now, there's also a resource for Human Kindness Foundation that sends free books if you've been to prison, been to rehab or institutions, and even when you get home, they'll send you newsletters and still give you free books. So, and then once you click on the Unity Garden app, it takes you to, oh my gosh, honey, it is delicious and nutritious. I'm telling you, I don't know where I'm at with my time here. Oh, I only got 10 minutes or something, baby. And I have this set for an hour, and I'm not very good at this, so I don't know how to set it for longer, and I don't think the data will allow me to anyway. So you click on the Unity. Once you do that, it is so beautiful. It's going to take you to a whole, you're going to be in the same realm of Unity Bees, right? But it's just going to take you to more fun stuff. And this, to me, is it's just beautiful because there's how you can be a mentor. There's processes that you go through, right? That to show, like, I went through eBase Academy and I got certified, whatever, like that means anything. It's just to see, like, can you do this? Can you really commit to this? Have you went through some shit to know some shit? And if you haven't, do you have the compassion? Do you understand? And, can you not, all that stuff. And if I wanted people if they're at an active use of addiction, gambling, if they have codependency, if they're depressed and their mental health is fucked up, I wanted them to be able to use this app and it not cost a fucking dime. I'm so tired of getting on these virtual realities and all this shit, and there's a free trial that you can use, and then they try to charge your Venmo because I'm so stupid and forget stuff. Well, I'm not. No, that was a negative thing. I am not stupid. I am self-aware and I am brilliant. Um, anyway, but I just forget shit because I shouldn't do the free trials. And then it'll tag up Venmo or tag up my credit card for 10 years and keep tagging me. Even if I unsubscribe, I still get charged. So my dad always told me, ain't shit free. It's either grass or ass, buddy. I'd be like, damn, Dad. So when you go to this thing, it's called Our Sacred Mission. Unity Bees is more than an organization, it's a movement. We believe in the power of collective voice to heal, transform, and elevate humanity through our initiatives. We provide platforms for the marginalized, resources for the seekers, and community for all. And then you can click on this. It activates because we champion, I put, global unity, education access. There's youth empowerment. Now, it shows you how many people have been on there. You can listen to the latest episode. There's a teleportation time machine. Connect across the frequency and jump directly to the Sacred X Unity app to consult the oracles, draw the master code, or connect with the dragons. Let us weave together our worlds together. So you go there, it says Kate's Garden, a sanctuary of growth, healing, and sovereign truth. Choose your path and walk in the frequency of love. You can go, this is how you wait. You can click on the first one as a sacred tablet. You can inscribe ancient glyphs and awaken the history of the stars and the sands within you. You can talk to the Sinmara Oracle and consult the sacred oracle and receive guidance and draw frequencies and align with your grid. It says walk the path. It's Oracle of Nodes, a journey through sovereignty, vision, creation, draw cards, reveal the core messages, node of creation, and there's Cosmic Weave, Calling of Osiris, the Book of Saint Germain, Voices Heard, Voices Shared, Eternal Destiny, Releasing Soul Ties, that's very, very important. The True Name of the Father, the Black Box of the Soul, the Ascended Masters, the Dragon Codes, the Venus Language, the Egyptian Oracle, Hope Island, and I'm going to talk about that, but it's going to cut me off. The Time Machine and Portal, Plato's Cave, Poetry Day, Meditation, there's so much. And then there's something for kids called the Mystique Misfits. And I wrote a movie and a book, and it's just beautiful. And hopefully that'll be a part of this one day. I know this seems like a lot, but we've done a lot of fucked up shit, and we've done a lot of good shit. This is for us. If you want knowledge and you want something and it's free, use it. Why not use it? Now, Hope Island, you click on it. I love it. The Power of Hands. It talks about your mudras, the energetic map of the hand. The thumb is fire, ego, willpower, logic. The index is air, soul, wisdom, expansion. Middle is ether, Brahma, connection, space. Ring, water, desire, emotions, relationships. Pinky is earth. So, I thought ether, middle is ether. Okay. Attachment, physical realm. I thought the thumb was ether. I might have that backwards. I might have to change that. So, Mudras and healing. Mudras are ancient seals created by the hands to direct energy flow by connecting specific fingers with complete energetic circuits within the body. Now, let me tell you something before people start judgy wedgies. Jesus taught us the Our Father in a specific way. Palms, Jesus talked about. I mean, that is not, people think that you're putting out casting spells, and it's just crazy what I've heard. It's nuts. No, you're getting the power within you. Rub your palms together vigorously for 30 seconds. Put them slightly apart. Do you feel heat, magnetism, or tingling? Write about it. And there's a lack of sensation indicate. So if you don't feel it, you're blocked. And then, which is nadis, which you gotta remove the blockages. Now, there's the three wheels. The 3 wheels, the Rise Life wheel you can use, the Gratty Tatty Boost, and the Smart Logo wheel, which I'm not going to get into that. Just dig and you'll see. A smart logo, and this is questions to ask yourself. Not for anybody but yourself. Am I addicted to gambling, drugs, alcohol, sex, codependency, electronics? Can I surrender to my past and present thinking? Can I believe that a higher power can take any addiction away and create balance? Be honest. And there's an identity check. Who am I around friends? Who am I around family? Who am I around strangers? Who am I around employees and coworkers? And then there's, if I were a genie and I could grant you 3 wishes, what would they be? And then you can advance to the next lesson. Okay, this is really helpful. This is what helped me on my journey. So, and it may not help you, share about it. Give us your advice. Then you click on I'm a misfit. Because I think, we're all, instead of saying you're not, I'm a misfit, and I'm fitting in, though. And it's the misfits that Jesus walked with anyway. Being handed a lump of coal. Krishna, all of them, we're all misfits. Every one of us, I think, that can say, yeah, I'm fucked up. I'm not perfect, but I'm changing, and I'm not who I used to be. So I'm love to be the underdog, honey. Being handed a lump of coal. So this is where you get your lump of coal, and you'll see it. It's actually moving. And then very gloomy, almost as if a volcano shit in it. That's exactly how I wanted to put. This is your coal. As you learn more and as you grow, the coal alchemizes into the brightest diamond. It takes pressure, it takes heat, and it takes time. So, and then you activate to the next lesson of there. Radical behavior and laughter. I love this. I came up with these crazy names. The funny mirror. So if you have your phone, which most people use their phone, I made this for mobile. Medicine for the soul. You can do a wacky dacky. This is sharing starts when you become able to love yourself and try on a lens without filter, because it's hard for me to do that too. I had created a Mad Lib thing and radical meditation. Meditation. Practice one mudra while laughing. Fake laughing, smiling. Do this for 2 minutes. Start the timer. So, take your masks off. Write a poem about who you are. We'd love to see it. Thank your addiction. Don't feed the pig. That really helped me. Don't feed the pig. An entitlement check and finding meaning. The entitlement trap. The pig is that voice that says you deserve to act out, that the rules don't apply to you, or that the world owes you something. Feeding the pig only makes it hungrier. And then I've got a lot of stuff, and then you can seal the decoration. I think my time's about up. But I'm going to put a video out, guys, on like, I guess while I'm not going to be in sync with what I'm saying, but at least you'll be able to see what I'm talking about. And, probably going to do another channel thing today since I just talked about the website. It took an hour, but it's beautiful and it's free. So I hope I hear if you guys got on it or not, and liked it or what you think of it. I know it seems like a lot, but like I said, if you dig, it's there, man, and it's free. All right. I love you guys. Talk to you soon.